Hi, welcome back to my channel. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? You know, I hate when that happens. Indian sweets are some of my favorite treats. I'm a sweet tooth. I'm the dessert queen. Ha! And I started off this channel by sampling desserts in different places, and honestly we always had such a limited amount of desserts, but I feel like now over the years like desserts have become so much more. Now because of the fact that I wasn't finding the desserts that I wanted, I started making my own desserts for myself in my house and enjoying them. I taught myself, actually I started selling them in the supermarket as well, but I taught myself how to make ladoo. I love ladoo, my kids love ladoo. I'm not so good as you know, as most of the traditional Indian women would make, but this is a recipe that I usually make at home. A quick, easy, fun, and I'll show you some tricks that I have. Okay, so what we have here is we've got some gram flour. We've got gram flour. I'm gonna use about a cup of it or more. Like honestly, half the time I usually just eyeball depending on the texture. So I'm gonna put about another half a cup maybe, my whisk, and I'm gonna make I'll make a well in between. Not necessary, this is just how I like to mix my batters. And I'm gonna start pouring from there as I mix that up. So what happens is as I'm pouring, the flour from the sides is kind of like just coming together in this little batter that we're trying to mix. So that's just a cup of water with 1.5 cups of flour. And I'm going to try and incorporate the rest of that flour just to see the consistency that we have there. Now with ladoo flour, I told you guys I like to shake my my bowl as I mix. I find it helps me you know, bring the dough, the flour that's on the side to the center, as well as just helps with the motion. So I'm going to add just a 1/4 cup of water straight into that as I'm mixing. And this is about the consistency. So it's slightly like a pancake batter, crepe batter I mean, and slightly thin but not too thin, and just a bit light, okay? So I looked at the stuff in my kitchen and I was just like, this has the perfect drip drop that I need. So you'll find ladoo has sometimes bigger ladoo or smaller ladoo. So for the big ones, I use this. Or I'll just grab my little spatula here and use these little holes that you see right here. These little holes. But this one always ends up making such a mess because I don't have the bigger spoon. If you have a big spoon with holes, that would work perfectly. I tried using this and it made a mess. So then I was like, I'm gonna grab my grater and I'm gonna be creative with it. Alright, so what I have here is we have a bunch of syrup that's just going. I'm gonna move this. We've got cups of water there. I'm going to move my oil that's been heating up to right there. In our syrup, we have water, we've got sugar. It's been going there for a bit. I'm going to add some cardamom powder, some nutmeg, some food coloring. You can use saffron. Oh my gosh, how does it disappear for that long? I was like, what is the name of this thing? So saffron will change the color of the water, and it's perfect. I use it for my biryani, but it's a bit pricey in the market, so you can use food color for this, but saffron is way better. Okay, now that I've remembered, let me grab my spoon. All right, so I'm gonna show you first the thin side, and I'm gonna use this side, and then I'm gonna show you the fat side as well. Now, as that is going, you want to have your little spoon that's gonna grab the pieces out, and you can see I've reduced the heat, so you don't want to crispen it completely. All right, now that's going, and you want to grab. I have a little bowl here that I put some napkins or towels just to make sure that it drains that oil out. Okay, so here we go. This is the process. So in goes here, right? And then I've got my spoon with my gram flour, and I'm just gonna pour this as I shake. And you see, it literally does the cutest little balls ever. So that is what we're looking for, and you want to just keep adding as you go. And it does oh, look at that. Okay, it's filled up, and that should not be the case. I probably should put too much oil, but that's okay. And I'm just going to shake that up. Make sure we have, ooh, look at all those pieces of ladoo. Just the perfect little pieces ever. Okay, now I'm going to wait for these to cool, and as you do that, you want to just give them a nice little shake just to make sure you golden fry them all over. To kind of just like the lights had disappeared, so I'm just happy that they're back. And I just want to get all these little pieces. Now you want to make sure you get all of them because you don't want to have burnt pieces in there. And I'm just going to take out all these lovely pieces. I'm going to make a little bit more of the smaller ones and then make more of the bigger ones so that you can see the difference. And I'm going to kind of have them in different bowls, okay? So I've used the small side. Now I want to show you how the big side comes out, and it's got these lovely humongous drops that normally fall in there. Okay, here goes. See how much bigger those are. These are way bigger. I'll just show you how the ladoo. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually not going to do a lot of this, so that I'm going to mix them with the small ones, so we'll have big bites and small bites in there as well. So basically, when you get your syrup, you want to be very careful, because syrup is absolutely hot. So I'm just going to check this, and I'm going to blow it because I know it's hot. Trust me, I've been burnt a couple of times by syrup and it is not fun. So I just want to take that, and what you want to see is you want to see a nice sticky consistency. That's perfect. And I've got some cardamom here. I've mixed some cardamom and nutmeg in there. So I'm going to put more of cardamom than the nutmeg, honestly. I see the nutmeg trying to peep out of there. I don't want you, nutmeg. I don't want you, nutmeg. I want more of the cardamom in there, and I'm just going to leave that's okay. Now I'm going to take these, look at that. So I've mixed the big and the small ones in there, and I'm just going to dump them in the syrup, honestly. I feel like my syrup is slightly heavy, but it's okay. We're just going to take these and dump, the tissue was trying to take a sneak in there, and we're just going to mix this up. Literally to let that soak in. Oh my gosh, I forgot a key ingredient. Whoops. I'm gonna just open this real quick. This is orange food color, and I'm just gonna put now. If you have the liquid one, it's better. This one tends to be slightly salty, so I'm just gonna mix that in there. That's orange food color. Just hopefully it's gonna. Yep. I even put a bit too much, but here we are. All right, and I'm just gonna mix that up. Make sure it soaks in all that goodness, and you've got a little bit of the you've got a little bit of the syrup now soaking into this beautiful ladoo that we had made there, and we're going to place it in this bowl. Okay, so what I have here is I've got some crushed almond, crushed cashew, crushed macadamia, and I'm just going to pour that in there. Ooh, look at that, it looks so cute. And I'm just going to mix that in. Now people tend to put that in the syrup, but I've just put it just as is over there, and that is what we're looking for. Lovely mixture. And now you want it to cool down just slightly, and this is where it gets quite, I would say, quite handsy. quite handsy. I've got some ghee, so it's going to act as my grease. Make sure you've washed your hands, and I'm just going to get some ghee and just rub it on my hands. Okay, so basically have some ghee, and we're just going to grab a nice handful. Remember, it's very hot. I forgot how hot it is. Be careful out of the syrup, it's still so hot. I burnt my hands there a little bit, so you just want to wait a little bit before you mold it. So we're going to mold this into a nice bowl, and yes, a lot of the Indian sweets are handmade, so you want to make sure that you clean your hands a lot. Yeah, and when you grab, you literally just want to just mold it. You just want to press it through, and this is kind of like just forming this ball that you're going to form with your hands, and it's just a motion of, okay, cute, I have to get it right first. It's so hot. Oh my gosh, I am burning. Just all in the mind. You are the master of your hands. You feel no pain. I am the master of my... Okay, we are almost there, and so basically it's according to you. You just want to like I said, it's patience. It's an art. Like, honestly, I respect the Indian. Q, just hold on, I have to get a nice bowl. Don't put this one there. Okay, Q, please. Wait. Wait. Q. Stop it! I got it right. It's fine. It wasn't even a thing. I didn't even need to practice. It was just flick of the hair. I'm a pro. Okay, so basically you just want to kind of just like, it's like squeeze and roll, and that's just how you make the perfect. And I've seen they do it with like 2 hands. It's just like they grab 2 and they squeeze and roll, and this is basically what you're looking for. I love this. So the syrup kind of just acts, and you just want to make sure that you form this perfect little bowl. And I'm just going to place that there. I'm going to do a couple more, and then I'll tell you just how it tastes in a bit. So there you have it. I have one of my favorite Indian sweets in my own house, and I can make them. And how easy was that? And you can make them as well at home. Now I'm just gonna bite into one. You can keep them chilled, or I usually tend, if they go longer than 2 days, and I put them in the fridge just to chill them. And look at that, you've got a little bit of the nuts peeking out. It's got the nice cardamom flavor. It's soaked in the syrup. It's a nice cute ball. Oh my god. Oh. So then what happens is, I can eat 50 of those. What happens is it soaks in the syrup, so it becomes nice and soft. So it's almost like a chew. Now the first time I ate these things, I'm like, how do they get all those little pieces in there? Like, how do they make this? Until I discovered how to make them, and now I have never stopped making them at home for the kids especially. So make sure you try them as well. And a big shout out to the Indian community for making these candies. Honestly, I love them and I'm obsessed. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and keep it locked to next time in Claire in the Kitchen and find out what I will be making.